How many more failed games do we have to see before we'll say DEI doesn't work, didn't earn it? It's not harassment when people don't buy your game. It's not harassment if you go out of business. It's called you made a product that nobody wanted.
Look at how they massacred Harley by making her walk like a normal person. Women do not walk like this.
I also can't shoot fireballs from my hands. So do we really want realism at all time in all games? Normal is not fun. Boring. Look, I can go to Walmart if I want to see normal butch lesbians with short haircuts. If I want to see a butch lesbian with a haircut, I'll go to Walmart. I don't play video games to see normal people. Okay, I want y'all to listen carefully to what she said, because it is a factual lie.
The job.
That's not true. Like seeing a workforce that is more racially diverse and assuming that the people of color aren't as highly skilled as the white people, that's just racism. Doing that for gender, that's just sexism. Hello, lovely.
Sweetie boo boo, that is the definition of DEI. What she just described, did you notice what she said? She said, assuming that those people didn't earn those jobs, assuming that those people are less skilled, is racist. DEI is inherently racist. DEI says if you're a woman, if you're black, or you're gay, you're going to be hired based on your race and not on merit. So she's saying this insane thing. She's saying, oh, no, people are actually hired on merit. They're not being hired on DEI. And this is kind of what Endymion got into when he was talking with the guy at CD Projekt Red. They are by definition opposites. You can't have a DEI department that's based on meritocracy. You can't have a meritocracy department based on DEI. If it were based on whether they were good at their job, you'd never bring up DEI to begin with. This chick is a joke. I hope nobody actually takes anything that this lesbian butch woman is saying seriously, because she's described something that is white and black, and she said, oh, well, just because it's white doesn't mean it can't be black. You've described opposite things, oil and water. DEI and meritocracy are opposites. They're complete opposites. You're either hiring based on merit or you're hiring based on DEI. You're either hiring because somebody is a feminist, a woman, gay or black, or you're hiring the best person for the job. If you were hiring the best person for the job, you wouldn't bring skin color into it at all. She just goes on like another insane wokey rant. Let's watch it.
If there is one thing that is overly talked about, it is how games are too woke nowadays. I feel like,
well, they are. Why would every content creator who's talking about woke games be going viral right now if it wasn't on some level true? She's defending woke nonsense in games because she has a personal interest. She has friends who are wokies. She has LGBT, trans, broken, mentally ill friends. I mean, I get it. You want to protect your friends, but we don't give a shit. We want good games. We want to go back to the 2000s when it was actually good, edgy, masculine games.
Like Gamergate really fucked up game responses and reactions and just like amateur games journalism. Just absolutely. Gamergate, if you're not familiar, I won't go into it in massive detail, but it was a sort of a period of intense harassment of specific female journalists. It was a very misogynistic movement that, again, is the sort of thing that had...
Video games are inherently, quote unquote, misogynistic because they're made disproportionately by men. Hallmark movies are... my wife has been making me watch stupid Christmas Hallmark movies lately. Hallmark movies are by definition misandrist because women make them. And anything that men make is going to, by definition, be labeled misogynist. But it's because men are the primary audience.
A legitimate origin, a legitimate complaint, although I believe it was misinformation, again, that sparked the biggest controversies. But there were legitimate complaints about maybe some games journalists being too cozy, receiving too much from game studios to be able...
Yes, that's exactly what's still happening right now. So why do y'all think when something like Dragon Age Veilguard flops horribly, why do y'all think that the game journalists are coming out to defend it? YouTubers, guys, even people like SkillUp, who I thought was a liberal and a shill, even that dude torched Veilguard. Why do y'all think game journalists are towing the party line and defending the woke nonsense that the game developers are doing and everybody else is attacking it? Of course, it's because they're cozy. They're access journalists.
To give fair and accurate representations. There was one specific story about a games journalist woman, which wasn't totally true and was incredibly sexist, and that sparked a movement of gamer bros that are very anti-woke to just be insanely harassing and misogynistic. And
don't y'all like how they call us harassing for saying that we don't like a game? I haven't harassed a single person. I just come on YouTube and I make videos about the trash in games that don't want to play and I don't want to see. And yet we're harassing them. Maybe what they mean is we need to be able to keep our jobs and producing our woke games. Otherwise, you're harassing us. You better buy our game or this is harassment. And sweetie, that's not how capitalism works. If you make a trash game, people won't buy it. It's not harassment when people don't buy your game. It's not harassment if you go out of business. It's called you made a product that nobody wanted.
And I feel like that whole period was a real turning point where people either went, oh man.
Somebody said she looks like a trans Harry Potter. That's good.
Some gaming stuff, like some of the gaming community.
Yeah, do nothing and win. Absolute chud victory.
Community really is misogynistic, and we should maybe work a bit harder to protect women in the space. And a lot of people
look. Okay, let's use the analogy of a crab fishing boat in Alaska. You need an incredible amount of fortitude and strength and size to work a crab fishing boat in northern Alaska. Let's say a bunch of women go up there and try to do the job. Biologically, their bodies are smaller and they cannot handle as much hard work as we can. And so they're failing at the job of working on a crab fisher boat. Did you hear what she just said? She said, we need to protect women in these industries. Why? Why should we go up to the Alaskan North where women are not able to do crab fishing? And it's like, oh, we need to protect these women's jobs in that industry. No, they're DEI hires. They've demonstrated that they can't cut it. How many more failed games do we have to see before we'll say DEI doesn't work, didn't earn it? How many more failed games? I'm using my analogy here of an Alaskan fishing boat. Their Alaskan fishing boat didn't catch any crabs. Why should we go up there and say, oh, you really need women on this Alaskan fishing boat? No, it's a man's job. Just like, and I'm not saying there aren't competent women in video games, but generally it is a man's job. Men understand it because men are the audience.